Hey everybody, what's up? I was gonna do this last night or yesterday, but I couldn't do it because one, well, of course, my nephew was here, and two, my older sister didn't get him until almost 9 o'clock. Well, basically around 9. So, anyway, this is basically the top 5 figures or collector figures. You'll see the title on the screen, and you'll see the title on the in the title section. Top 5 collector figures that I'm going to pursue, basically get it this year in 2013. These are basically my top 5 figures to collect in 2013. All right. Let's start off with the first one. Now, the first two are mainly ones that I'm probably going to obtain soon, just don't know when and where. But they'll probably be the first ones. But the first one, let's take a look at, is Transformers Generation Fall of Cybertron Starscream. Now, this one I do have in my Amazon queue right now, along with the next one I will show you. This basically is based off the Fall of Cybertron video game, and it's basically giving us a representation of what Starscream in Cybertronian mode would look like. He basically is himself and everything, but things are different. You can see that the color scheme is the same as G1, but again, it shows you what he looks like in the rebooted Cybertronian mode. So, that is basically the 5th one. That's number 5. It is a priority, but it's basically something that's going to be coming within a short time. The top 3 basically are going to be the main priorities, the ones that as the year goes on, I'm going to try to obtain. Now, of course, like I said, number 5 here is Starscream. Number 4, another one that's in the Amazon queue, and you can see what it is the Generation 1 reissuing of Ultra Magnus. Now, the reason this one is in the queue right now, and depending on if it's still there within the next week or so, is due to the fact that I've never had an Ultra Magnus when I was a kid. My cousin, who's 2 years older than me, had one. In fact, my cousin had a lot of them, believe me. But this one is one I want to obtain because even though it's a reissuing, like say my Optimus Prime is, and my Rodimus Prime is, not my Rodimus, but my Hot Rod figure is, I just want to have it for collector reasons. Reasons as well. Sorry about that. I want to basically obtain it. I'm seeing it's being sold by TF Source, so I'm going to obtain it through Amazon. I'm going to obtain it from Amazon through TF Source, so I can have it hopefully when it shows up in time. Now, those are the first 2, and I want to let you guys know that this is all depending on how my financial things go this year. But these are my main priorities this year. These are the ones that as the year goes on, I'm hoping and praying that before the year's out, I will have obtained all 5 of these. Now, number 3. Number 3 is King Robo, Mickey, and Friends. Now, this thing here, recently you've had a few people here on YouTube, like Bob Matrix, Peaguh, I can't pronounce the name. But basically, you've had a few people already review this. Now, I know a lot of people have said they have some problems with it when it shows up. You know, like some things may be looser than you should be, but that's okay. I'm going to obtain this. Either I'm going to obtain it through TF Source, Big Bad Toys, or Big Bad Toy Store, or I'm going to wait for it to be officially released here in the U.S. And what I mean is, right now on Amazon.com, they have a pre-order for this. If that's hard to believe, but they do have a pre-order. But this is very unique, and it is a collector's item. It is a collector's item because it's probably the first and only time you're going to have a toy figure with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy, and Oofy, and Pluto all together in this kind of situation. It's basically the fact that what Disney and Bandai are doing is they're basically they're giving us an idea of what the characters would look like if they went Power Ranger on us. Now, there is rumor, believe it or not, that this whole King Robo thing, Mickey and Friends deal, could have some, could be more to this than just, it being a figure. The rumor is, and the speculation is, there could be an animated or anime series coming out of this. We just don't know if that is true or not. We don't know if that's true or not. But if that is true, that is definitely something to look forward to when it comes to Disney XD, because that's what will show up. But yeah, King Robo, Mickey and Friends is third on the list. The second, number two on the list, believe it or not, is Power Master Optimus Prime with Apex armor. Now, back when I was about 10 years old, I was turning 10 years old, my parents got me a Power Master Optimus Prime. I don't know what happened to that thing. I don't know if they gave it away, it's in storage. It might even be in a tote in this house for all I know. But until I find out what happened to it, the most likely thing is to get the Power Master Optimus Prime with Apex armor. That is a priority for me this year. Now, just to let you know, this is after, like I say, my finances are figured out and stuff. But that is a priority for me to get before this year is out. I want to get it because, one, I'll be able to say I once again have a Power Master. And two, it's just basically reliving my childhood because this is something, I have photographic evidence, folks, of me having this toy. Let me peel off a little bit of hair off that mic there. But this is photographic evidence of me, hold on. But again, like I said, I have photographic evidence of me getting that toy, and I think I have it somewhere on either my MySpace or on my Facebook. I have to take a look, but I do have evidence of getting that toy when it originally came out. But since I don't know what happened to it, the one with the Apex armor is going to be coming into this household very, very soon. Now, the number one figure that I'm going to collect this year, and this is without a doubt my goal, the number one figure is the new Transformers Generation Titan class Metroplex. That's right. Metroplex, the Titan class, is going to be the main goal. If you saw my video where I asked who else was going to get Metroplex this year, you will see that when I used a measuring tape, that I showed how far it goes up to me. To me, it goes up straight a little past my knee, or goes right up to where my knee is almost. That's how big, if not a little bit more. But that's how big this figure is. 24 inches tall. Not 22, 24. Basically, essentially 2 feet tall or a little over it. And for 125, you can't ask for a better opportunity. Now, some people might say to themselves, well, why is he so cheaper than Fort Max was? Excuse me there. Well, you got to remember this about Fort Max. Fort Maximus is basically a transformer that is like Metroplex, but different. See, Fort Max was a spaceship. He was a fort, a city, if you will. But he was also a headmaster. So essentially, you were getting a triple changer and a headmaster. Essentially, two robots and a triple changer. A headmaster, triple changer. That's what you were getting. That's what you were getting with this guy. The reason Metroplex, even though this one is, bigger but cheaper, is the fact that he's not a triple changer. I mean, he is a triple changer, but he's not a headmaster. And you got to remember, times are different now. Times are different now. I mean, I got myself a masterpiece Optimus Prime, not a masterpiece, but an 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, and a Unicron for around $70 each. That's cheap. So you can only imagine that if you have something a little bit bigger than that, or a lot bigger, then it makes you wonder. But still, Metroplex is basically a goal for me before this year is out. And that goal is coming in August of this year. Now, whether I'm in Las Vegas at this time or not, or at that time, will define whether I get it before or after. There's no doubt I'm going to get it no matter what. To me, it's something that if I have this toy as a collector's, I said it before on video, I'll say it again. No one is touching that figure. In fact, let me give you guys a bit of information before I close this down. And, before I get into that information, I just want to state that the reason he's number one is not only is he the biggest one of all time, and all that, but the fact that you're probably never going to see something like that ever again. Now on to my little bit of advice and everything. As I said, with Metroplex, I'm not going to let anybody touch that figure. Not one person is touching it. Second of all, with any of the figures I mentioned, nobody's touching. Period. End of story. I mean, I'm looking right now at my Transformers Prime RID Wheeljack and my Transformers Generation Fall of Cybertron Jazz, and I'm looking at my still unopened Transformers 2007 movie preview protoform Optimus Prime hanging on my wall right now. I'm looking at my Sonic the Hedgehog Through Time, Sonic the Hedgehog 1991, and Miles Tails Prower from Jazzwares. I opened them, but I put them back into packaging. The point I'm making, folks, is no matter what people say, nobody is touching these figures. I will make room up on my closet shelf if I have to, and I probably will, so nobody touches these figures. You see, I'm not going to be spending money, if you will, after I take care of my bills and everything, just to have my my young nephews, touch these things. No way. So that is my advice to any of you who have an Ultra Magnus, who have Transformers Fall of Cybertron Starscream, who have Power Master Optimus Prime, with Apex